Can you turn your light off and stuff?
And it looks like we are live, so I'm going to say hello everyone and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. If you heard that, no, you don't have to turn your light off. We're just talking to the kids. Unless you want to turn your light off because Mrs. Sick told you to, you are welcome to.
Do it.
Anyway,
It's more spooky.
Sorry, what did you say?
Because it's spooky.
Oh, because it's spooky. Yes. How are we all this fine Monday? I'm all right. I'm mostly knackered, but that is my default state of being. Yeah. Are you sick, sir? Oh, well. Hopefully not sick. My nose is fucking killing me. I tell you what. Got this like tiny little lump on it that hurts like hell.
From the helmet.
Yeah. I think it is something to do with sweating too much. It's not great. Hello, sorry. Icky sick. Icky sick is that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like icky sicky, it just sounds gross. I mean, never tell the internet what you don't like, but it is what it is. Happy Spooktober. Oh god, it is October, isn't it? Like we've never been particularly into Halloween. One of the things that
when I was younger.
When I was younger, I was way too into it.
Yeah, me too.
And now look back and go, oh god, why do that? Like I remember even into sort of my
I like the aesthetic of it.
aesthetic.
But I don't like the people part, having to go and do things for people.
I like the implied robbery.
Of course you do.
Since you're floating above Earth with giant swords, would you mind just destroying the place for me? Now, I don't know if you know this, but if you dropped a sword from space, it would do little to fuck all. In fact, it would probably just... Yeah, it would probably just burn up in the atmosphere. But even if you did, there was a famously silly thing someone said, which was a concern for people having space stations that... It would just drop rocks and they would act like nukes. And it's like, that's not how that works.
Happy birthday, Isaac.
Someone having a birthday? I thought we already agreed that all birthdays are mine. And therefore they have to send me all their gifts. It seems like a fair compromise. For me, I mean, completely unfair for you, but yeah. The best thing about October is that it means the clock on my car will soon be right again.
Yay.
I always enjoy, like, no, I'm not changing it. That would be a step too far in any effort whatsoever. Not doing it. Big enough sword would be a rod from God. Yeah, but at that point, are you really throwing it or sort of moving it toward?
Do you really want God's rod coming down to us?
Thank you for correcting the pronunciation of aesthetic. It's not aesthetic. It is not aesthetic, and anybody who says aesthetic is just, I mean, the worst person alive.
What's
effectively.
wrong with aesthetic?
Everything. Although this is Mrs. Sick who can't pronounce her H's.
No, I'm really bad at pronouncing H's.
Or H's.
H's.
I have a B-day like every year. Why are we bragging? Fucking show off. What about the poor 29th of February? Those poor bastards. They're all like 5 years old. I saw Peter Pan Goes Wrong. I laughed so much I remembered I was human. I do not know what this is. Is it good? Is it something worth even bothering to go and look at? Although I tell you what's worth bothering to go and look at. Mrs. Sick was reading them to me last night while I played Liza P.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been watching a lot of Doug recently. If you don't know who that is, he's a streamer, but he uses a lot of AI stuff in his streams. Some of it's mid. Some of it is fucking brilliant. He did this one with Peggle recently, and it was fucking hysterical. It was really, really, really funny. So we were looking at just random AI things. I think we settled on the first one I could think of, which was Bard, which is better than it used to be. Because one of the things that I search when I use AIs is myself, because of course I fucking do. mostly out of curiosity, because the first time it came up, I thought, does it know who I am? And it fucking didn't. It had a vague sort of concept of what Sir Sick might be, and then it just made things up. The complete mind-staggering inaccuracy of it gave me several different names. It usually claims, and it still claims, that I have over 1 million subscribers, which would be nice, but no. And yeah, it's changed now, and it now knows that my name isn't something that's out there. You know, the human body name, that is.
It says unrevealed.
Yeah, which is far more fucking accurate. But
not for me, though.
But for Mrs. Sick, it says that she is a fictional character invented by me. Unless I search, if she searches it, that's what it comes up with. Yeah. If I search it, it comes up with some random fucking Pinterest user, apparently, although I'm not 100% sure that person even exists. Although they did say it could be a fan account, because there's a character in something else called Mrs. Hope. Therefore, Mrs. Sick might be a fan character, which is just wild, because it's effectively gone, oh, well, they both have Mrs. in the name. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. Up until the point...
Would you like me to share one?
Up until the point, Mrs. Sick searched Sir Sick fan stories, and then it went fucking wild. It is really quite interesting, to say the least.
They're really weird.
Like, I don't know if there's a best one. I wouldn't want to read too many, and I think I should read them because I can do the dramatic reading voice.
What are you saying, that I don't have a dramatic reading voice?
Yes. You literally have me do your show because you don't want to read it.
No, it's not that. It's just you're better at reading than I am.
Exactly. So, you know, have you got one? Are you?
Well, you can read your bio. Yeah, we figured out that Bard is like Sir Sick's biggest fan.
Oh, yeah. Sir Sick, real name unknown, is a British YouTuber who makes response videos on pseudoscience, religion, and feminism, which is just untrue. He is known for his affinity for whiskey and his avatar, a crusader. His videos feature simple animations, such as moving his avatar around and zooming in. Fairly accurate. His channel has over 1 million subscribers and videos have been viewed over 100 million times, which is also untrue. He is a popular figure in the skeptic community and is known for his sharp wit and his ability to debunk complex topic in a humorous and informative way. Some of Sir Sick's most popular videos include Flat Earthers, the most ridiculous conspiracy theory of all time. Never made a video with that title. Anti-vaxxers, the people who are putting your children at risk. Again. No. Homeopaths, the people who are selling you water, which is a good title. I may have to steal it. Creationists, the people who think that the Earth is 6,000 years old. That's just fucking lazy. And feminists, the people who are fighting for equality, which is just the fucking weirdest one. Like, I've spoken about feminism in the past, but it's been literally fucking years, like half a decade. So, yeah. Sir Sick is a controversial figure, but he is also a respected one. He is known for his willingness to tackle difficult topics and his commitment to promoting science and reason. Yeah. And
I'll find the other one.
So that is like way more accurate than what it used to be. But yeah. Let's hear your takes on feminism. No. So I've learned a long time ago to just leave it all alone. I don't like...
So it says for me, though, Mrs. Sick is a fictional character created by YouTuber Sir Sick. She is often depicted as his wife or girlfriend and sometimes appears in videos. However, Mrs. Sick is not a real person. There is no evidence to suggest that she is based on any real-life individual. Thanks. Sir Sick has never revealed the identity of Mrs. Sick, and he said he wants to keep her private, even though I'm a fictional character. He also said that he enjoys the mystery and speculation of surrounding her character. Despite being fictional, Mrs. Sick is a popular character among Sir Sick's fans. Some fans have even created their own fan art and fan fiction featuring Mrs. Sick. I went, go on then, what's the fan fiction?
Yeah, this is where shit gets wild.
So here you go.
So, just one of the stories. Did you put it on the right thing?
It's on the...
Of course, there is also a lot of romantic fan fiction featuring Mrs. Sick. In this type of fan fiction, Sir Sick and Mrs. Sick are often depicted as being deeply in love. Lol. They support each other through thick and thin, and they always have each other's backs. I mean, my back always hurts from carrying this fucking team.
Yeah, but it's really soppy. And I was reading it going, oh, it sounds nothing like us.
Mrs. Sick to the rescue. Sir Sick was in trouble. He had gone undercover to infiltrate a group of flat earthers, but he had been discovered. The flat earthers were now holding him captive in their secret lair. Sir Sick knew that he needed to escape, but he didn't know how. The flat earthers were guarding him closely, and they had taken his phone and other communication devices. Just when Sir Sick was about to give up, he heard a noise outside of his cell. The door to his cell opened. That's just bad writing. And a woman stepped inside. It was Mrs. Sick. Mrs. Sick had tracked down Sir Sick after he had gone missing. She had disguised herself as a flat earther and had infiltrated their lair. Mrs. Sick quickly subdued the flat earthers and freed Sir Sick. The two of them then escaped from their lair and returned to safety. Sir Sick was grateful to Mrs. Sick for saving his life. He knew that he couldn't have done it without her. Thank you, Sir Sick said. I don't know what I would have done without you. That's what I'm here for, Mrs. Sick said with a smile and probably a wink. Sir Sick and Mrs. Sick hugged each other tightly. They were both glad to be safe and sound. Fuck me. But yeah, that's the kind of thing we were doing last night. It was fucking ridiculous.
Some of them are great, though. You should look them up yourself. Like
The thing is, it will make them up. Yeah. And it will make stuff up.
It's like, here's a short fan fiction. It's Mrs. Sick in the case of the missing pancakes. And I was like, what?
But yeah, so that's a thing we were doing last night. Many laughs were had. AI is fucking weird. And it is claiming that this is an example of one that it has found somewhere. This is not true.
Do you want to hear?
At least I fucking hope it isn't true.
I did put in as well, is like, what's Sir Sick's favourite joke?
Oh.
And it came up with, what do you call a flat earther who's been around the world? Confused.
Yeah. A joke I've never told, but I don't hate it. It's just, yeah.
My favourite one was, what can you tell me a joke by Mrs. Sick? It says, a woman walks into the library, approaches the librarian, and asks for books about paranoia. The librarian whispers, they're right behind you.
Now, to be fair, she's lying there because it said that she doesn't have any jokes because she's fictional.
He does say
but here's a joke.
Yeah, he does say that at the top. Yeah.
This isn't an example because that's a really fucking good joke.
I like that joke.
They're behind you.
It says, can't find any joke by Mrs. Sick because she's fictional, made up by the YouTuber Sir Sick. For fuck's sake, I'm not.
I mean, it has been floated that you are fictional more than once, so maybe it's getting that from somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
But I don't know. That's still really funny. These stories are ridiculous. Everybody knows that Sir Sick is actually Bender from Futurama after the universe looped back around. All the way back around. Yeah, basically.
I also asked as well, I didn't tell you about this, but I also asked him, like, what's your favourite thing about Mrs. Sick? And he was like, well, she's a strong, independent woman.
Who don't need no Sir Sick. I mean, clearly, I was the one getting rescued. I am the damsel in this relationship, apparently.
Yeah.
According to Bard.
I think it was really weird because a lot of the fan fictions I did, it was always like, you were the main character, and then I was always like the side character who came in, but it always kept saying how much we love each other, and it was really weird.
It's even more weird as it believes that I made you up.
Yeah.
So apparently I've made up this character who really fucking loves me. It sounds super weird and pathetic. Unlike our actual relationship, which is just normal, weird, and pathetic, because relationships, they're all terrible. Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. That's a fair point. Cersei equals Bender. This tracks. Kill all humans. Much alcohol. I did used to smoke as well, although I don't anymore. It just kept setting me on fire. Question, is Cersei Northern? What does Cersei call a tea cake? I call it a fucking bread roll because that's what it is.
He doesn't say, my accent is northern. It's not like really northern.
Well, if you even use asking if I'm northern, then you have to have some concept of what northern means. And if I sound northern, I have failed in my attempts to retain my accent. A damsel in armor in distress. I mean, to be fair, although apparently the flat earthers did take away my means of communication, and one of my means of communication is banging myself on the head to make a big donking sound. Snorks to the river run, snorks to the river run, snorks to the river run. 3 times you are now all cursed. Thank you, mine duck. Is that mine duck or mine duck? Either or, weird. As a forewarning, I'm letting you know that my birthday wish is going to involve your whiskey. Due to the rules of birthday magic, I can't give specifics, but you have been warned. Well, good luck with that. I kicked the shit out of more than my fair share of wish-granting fairies. Sleep paralysis, but the demon keeps telling you dad jokes. Isn't that just normal? I'm going to make my own Cersei with blackjack and hookers. I mean, you can try, but it is effort. Being me is way too much effort. I sometimes think about giving up being myself and just being like a block of wood. That would be awesome. How do the elephants get down from the trees once they're done hiding? They sit on a leaf and wait for autumn. Fair. I mean, how do they keep themselves nourished? There's lots of questions that brings up. I mean, it's a lot. A tea cake can be many things depending on which British person you ask. For me, a tea cake is one of those chocolate and marshmallow biscuit things. But I've been told, no, you fool, you foolish fool, you fucking idiot. What is wrong with you? That is clearly a chocolate tea cake. But then I have to ask, well then, what is a tea cake? Because there's tea cakes with currants in it. What if you swapped out the currants for chocolate? Wouldn't that then be a chocolate tea cake? And then they explode. If your work outfit is Night Solar, will your Halloween outfit be the Emerald Herald? No, but mostly because I think my Halloween outfit would be just a humans, and I'd walk around going, I'm so fucking dumb, and then like throw myself in a blender. Because that's what you lot do anyway, at least when you're near me.
Are you kids old enough to appreciate dad jokes? They make dad jokes.
Oh my god, too many
They're
dad
as bad
jokes.
as him.
They love jokes as well. Like, just some of the worst jokes
You like
ever.
puns, that's the favourite I like.
What happens when you listen to country music backwards? Your truck starts working again, your loved one comes back, and your dog comes back to life. There's a better way to put that. Your truck gets fixed, your wife comes home, your old lady comes home, and your dog stops being dead. Eat a coffee cake like American. What the fuck is a coffee cake?
Oh my god, coffee cake is amazing.
Yeah, but what is a coffee cake? Like,
it's cake that has like made with coffee in it.
Okay, that describes a few things. Is it a tiramisu? Would you count tiramisu as a cake?
I wouldn't count tiramisu as a cake.
Even though it's very cakey.
Yeah, but it's more of a pudding than a cake.
Fuck me. What is cake then? If cake's not a pudding.
Cake is dense.
Yeah, but is cake a pudding or not?
No.
What?
I don't see cake as a pudding. It's its own thing.
Cake is its own meal.
Yeah.
You have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and cake. Or you have breakfast, cake, dinner, cake, lunch, and cake. And then, cake 11s is. Why is it dangerous to wander the forest in autumn? Because of all the falling elephants. Obviously.
All your whiskey belong to me.
I mean, that's fair. Eat microwaved celery for a birthday present. It's the thought that counts. Do it, you're welcome.
Oh god, I can't stand celery. It's disgusting.
I mean, I imagine microwaved celery would be extremely hot and weirdly floppy.
Ugh, no, wrong.
Love the influence you have on your kids. My kid just groans and tells on me to my wife. It's not an influence thing. They just fucking happened. They just started telling dad jokes out of nowhere.
Hello, you.
I think it's more genetics than influence.
People. What?
What?
Hello, you Hovend of terrible people.
Oh, that's what someone made up last time as what a group of Sir Sick fans was called.
Right, okay. Why would you want that as a group?
Cake is dense. Sir Sick is cake confirmed. I don't know. I guess because Hovend is terrible.
Yes, he is dense.
Matt Powell saying gravity causes erosion of mountains has made me giggle all week. Thanks for that. Yeah, he's not a very smart man. Celery with peanut butter and raisins, top tier treat. I will take your word for it. There you go.
That sounds foul.
Pontefract cake, Jaffa cake, Morrison's green cake. What's a Morrison's green cake? Is that just a Morrison's cake, but you've left it out for too long?
That's like moss.
Yeah, mossy cake. I'm down to try microwave celery. I mean, it's not a complicated task, but I can't imagine. Like, celery's not that great. I don't hate celery. I'm not like really down on it, but
I fucking hate it.
I get why people don't like it.
I really tried because the whole like it helps you lose weight thing. I went, no, this is disgusting.
It takes more because it's so fibrous. It takes more calories to digest celery than it gives you. Is the theory, at least. And I tried that for a very short amount of time before getting so fucking bored of celery that, yeah, this was very, 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 very early days of ever trying to do anything like that. Up and coming, I'm getting a Quest 3 because, yeah, I'm going to sell off the old ones. And I'm hoping that the lightness and that it doesn't completely strain my neck and I can start using it for longer, and that will hopefully become my new exercise form. We'll see. I know I've made a lot of claims about getting exercise, and none of them have stuck. It's, yeah. Tunnock's tea cakes. I don't like marshmallow, but those are great. Don't mind me just dropping by to pay the whiskey tax. What is... I mean, I'm sure we've seen before, but, yeah. I have to find out the numbers.
Thank you. Every time it comes up, you always ask.
But thank you. It's a lovely number. Celery seed is essential for a lot of barbecue rubs. I have no idea why. I guess
because it's there and cheap, probably.
Is celery one of those ones that comes from fucking pepper, or am I thinking of something else?
I thought celery was like related to leeks, because leeks are gross too.
Leeks are gross. And if you like leeks, fuck you. How dare you? How dare you like a thing I don't? That's just rude. Apparently Brits can't cook. Brits are perfectly capable of cooking. Do you think we would have existed as a country if we didn't know how to cook? I like celery with hummus. The problem with this is hummus is rich in calories.
Did you know that carrots are related to celery? As well as fennel, parsnips, and a lot of herbs. And foliage and seeds.
I like that. 500 equals 29.545. So good. Does that help? Yes, I'm sure it does. There's a rugby song to do with celery. I mean, there are a lot of songs to do with sports that for some reason are to do with other things as well. Celery is how I say celebrity after too many riskies. I mean, isn't it true of us all? Wales is sinking because their fields are full of leaks. Jesus Christ.
Thanks, Alfonso. I liked that one.
That one's awful. Brits invented chicken tikka masala. Technically, the Scottish invented chicken tikka masala. Masala. I said masala because I was thinking about the story, which is someone had a chicken tikka dish, and he said, "Have you got gravy for it?" So he took the sauces that had been used to make the chicken tikka, mixed it into a kind of gravy, and then poured it on top. And that's apparently the story. I learned it from QI. That doesn't mean it's 100% accurate, but I like it. It's a cute story. Commercially prepared hummus is too salty for my tastes, and I can't be asked to make my own. And that's mostly because normal hummus is also disgusting.
I love hummus.
I know you do.
It's so tasty.
I'll be honest, I can't remember the last time I tried it. The last time I tried it, I went, ugh, that's fucking gross.
It's like it's got quite a strong flavour to it. That's why I like it.
Yeah, we figured out that Mrs. Sick are the only strong things she likes. She doesn't like anything with subtle flavours.
Oh, it's like the other day you want a pasta with, was it carbonara? And I was sat there eating it going, I can't. There's no flavour to this. It's all texture.
Sorry, Sick, could you do a quick seance, please? It's your birthday, so it should work. Everybody's birthday is mine, but that doesn't make it my birthday. That's not how it works. So, no. I like leeks. I shall consider myself fucked. We know how to cook up here. We deep fry curly whirlies. Oh my god. Hummus is easy to make if you've got a blender. Yeah, but here's the trick. Don't make hummus at all, and then you don't have disgusting shit that no one likes.
Well, you don't like chickpeas, so...
I like chickpeas.
Well, that's one of the main ingredients in hummus.
I like chickpeas, like, on their own, though.
Fucking hell, the cat scared the shit out of me. Hey, baby.
Did she jump on you? Or...
Yeah.
Oh,
she did
does
a silent jump. Yes.
I prefer a vindaloo with some nice lager, but that's just me. Now, are you one of those people that actually enjoys the taste of vindaloo? Or are you one of those people that eats a vindaloo because you want to punish your asshole for existing?
I've been sinful this week. Time for the vindaloo.
I do. Like, I know some people that eat vindaloo when they go out to for a curry. Not because they like it, but because it's like, look how hard I am. And I don't mean erect, I mean tough. They might be erect as well. I don't know. But these people baffle me. And they're sitting there sweating their fucking tits off. And you're like, why did you do this? I'm like, I'm not impressed. I'm mildly concerned because you look like you're about to have a fucking stroke. But this does nothing for me. You just seem like a crazy asshole. So I've never understood that. If you genuinely fucking love the flavor, it's just like, because there's the tastiest dish I ever had was the spiciest one I've ever had. A dish so spicy, Mrs. Sick thought it was spicy, which is just fucking wild. But it was basically like a form of torture. Just imagine a food.
It was one of the rare occasions where I was actually crying while eating it.
Yeah, but it was fucking delicious. It was so nice. President Starscream. I don't have a blender or food. Someone is called President Starscream. That's a fucking great name. I just joined for the first sound and came out of the stream sounded like bricks can't cook. And that is somehow exactly the kind of wisdom I expect to find here. I mean, that is true. I've very rarely found a brick that was any good at cooking anything. I found one that made a decent banana smoothie, but that's about it. It was mostly full of brick dust, though. I love super spicy food going in, but avoid it because I don't like it coming out. Yeah, I love a lot of spicy foods, and I'm like, it's fine going in, and the spice is there, but it's not particularly bad. And then on the way out, holy shit. It is like I am just setting my butthole on fire. Yeah, and I don't understand
really
why.
Often.
The worst thing is there's one good restaurant near me. The others make the vindaloo too fucking mellow. First world problem. Very much so. Bricks am atheists. You can say that as long as you find me one brick that says that God is real. Bricks are fantastic at cooking pizza. That is true in a roundabout way. Bricks didn't evolve from monkeys, or there wouldn't be any monkeys left. Thank you. Recipe for the best hummus. Chickpeas, tahini. I don't know how to say that word.
Tahini.
Lemon juice, garlic, and olive oil. In a blender, mix well, add a sprinkle of salt, and then tip in the bin. Perfect. I love it. That's my favourite hummus recipe. In fact, I'm going to make it even better and just not bother. Although I do like garlic, and I do like olive oil, and I do like salt, and I do like chickpeas. Maybe I would like hummus more than I thought. Although it depends on what a tahini is and how much lemon juice it involves. I can't stand spice. Wow. That sucks, because some spices are so fucking yummy. Also, there's, like, with me and Mrs. Sick, like, she loved all spices, and I would find things she likes spicy, and she'd be like, I don't taste the spice. I'm like, I can taste the spice. I can feel it. I'm not bothered by it. I'm not crying about it. I've never understood, oh, that's spicy. And then people go, oh, I don't find it spicy at all. You must hate spice. And I'm like,
I find it spicy. It's just mild. That's what I was saying.
There's things that you have that you can't taste the spice in that I can. But
I guess
you and other people have then done this leap where because I can taste the spice, I must not like it, which I find really fucking strange.
The biggest thing is I'm concerned that it's going to be too spicy for you.
I could eat anything that you could eat.
Yeah,
and I'd probably enjoy it.
It's not that though, because I know what it's like when it comes out the other end.
But my point I was going for, you're not worried. Stop pretending you care about me. We've already seen the stories.
On into bad, I really love you very much, so.
No, it's pretending that you're better than me, and that's just not allowed. Anyway, my point was that I love Cajun spice. I didn't realize that it was a spice. I just thought it was a flavoring. Now, obviously, anybody who knows anything about flavoring is there's almost certainly some kind of spice in it. But yeah, I made Cajun chicken for me and Mrs. Sick. I just thought it was really tasty, and she went, "Holy shit, that's really spicy! How are you eating this?" I went, "Wait, it's spicy? What?" So yeah, we discovered that it's almost like different spices have different effects on different people. But she still loves. I make a Cajun chicken pasta that's really nice. I don't believe in ghost peppers. I see what you did there. A fire broke out in an Oxford recycling plant tonight. Conspiracy nuts will blame space laser 5G lizard people. I mean, the conspiracy nuts will literally blame anything other than the thing that actually did it. It can never, ever, ever be what was said. If there was an obvious laser from outer space that was burning people and you could see it,
they would blame something else.
Yeah, it would be literally anything but that.
They'd say it's like Cthulhu or something.
Yeah, your eyes and the evidence and everything will never ever be correct.
No, I think a lot of it just comes down to like you can't trust the system. So
I think it's I'm special, and if I believe what is obviously true, then I don't get to be special. I do think that is a huge number of conspiracy theorists, if not most. Because it's actually I've had this discussion. A lot of conspiracy theorists talk about like having their minds blown, and that's kind of the thing that they're constantly searching for. They want, whoa, I can't believe that. And because all of it is always true, then they're constantly having their minds blown. It's almost like a dopamine seeking thing. Like they're constantly searching for the truth beneath the truth. I remember that was one that really fucking drove me mad. Someone I covered was saying, you're living in a dream within a dream. And so many people then, that proves that they're fake. And so, have you ever listened to a conspiracy theorist talk about things? They say stupid shit all the time. Even if it is from something, like, that doesn't make them fake. I don't understand. It's almost the opposite. This I've seen a group of people in my comment sections who are like the anti-conspiracy theorists existing concept. And I'm assuming that they have the same thing. Oh, I figured out that this person is fake. It's like, did you? Did you prove that? Or do you just think it? Because you talk like you're proving it. And that fucking annoys the piss out of me. Me, I'm the big smirt and can see through deep state lies. I mean, that is true. Always order the Cthulhu special. Way more tentacles than an octopus. Way more infinite tentacles. All the tentacles. Cthulhu calamari sounds lush. Constituency theorists understand so little that they don't know that what they don't know. Am I missing something, or did you just have an epic typo? The paranoid will often attribute magical powers to their perceived enemy and will never allow for basic human error. I mean, human error is just something that does not exist in a conspiracy theory world. Like, people just doing stupid shit, even though they believe stupid shit. A dream within a dream, is that related to a body like a body in my body same size? I have no fucking idea. I created the Mrs. Sicker's fake conspiracy. No, I'm pretty sure that Stream Chat created the Mrs. Sicker's fake conspiracy. That I do both the voices as I'm going. I'm way more talented than I give myself, than I make it out to seem.
You're a ventriloquist.
Yeah. I've been making Spoon Stuff stories on the side. Every last bit of animation that's ever done on the channel. All the artwork. Everything. It's all me.
You also are like a Marchamp and you have like 4 hands.
I'd have to have like 3 heads and fucking no sleep. Just because it's a conspiracy doesn't mean that they won't get you in the end. I mean, that's true. And a book on conspiracy theory, it's everywhere. Just because you're not paranoid doesn't mean that they're not after you. I mean, just because you are paranoid doesn't mean the fuckers aren't out to get you. I used to be paranoid until I realized that they wanted me to be paranoid. I like that one. I like that one a lot. Since it's my birthday and therefore yours, let's keep the discussion light. Anyways, what are your opinions on socio-political situations in Israel and Palestine? Fuck that shit. Million-mile-long barge pole I would not touch with. Mostly because it would stick off the planet. Wait, no. Cthulhu calamari dusted with Cajun spice, dipped in sriracha mayo. You like sriracha mayo, don't you?
Yeah, I like sriracha.
She loves that shit.
Not mayo, but I like sriracha.
You'd
sauce.
like the mayo. Come on.
I've never had sriracha mayo.
It'd just be
I've had
just a nice spicy sauce.
Sriracha sauce, which is really nice.
Sir Seek ate his horse conspiracy. I don't need 2 of you pulling that shit. Conspiracy nuts have never heard of Hanlon's razor, not to be confused with Hanlon's razor, which is when things that are small look like they're far away. My wife says I'm paranoid. Well, she doesn't say it, but she thinks it. Worms, but worse for the planet. And the sicklings simply budded off of me. They budded off of me. Because obviously Mrs. Sick is not real. It's someone I made up. Yeah, I don't know. That would be so pathetic. I used to be a masochist until I figured out it was a conspiracy by my ex-wife to hurt me. I don't know. Someone could enjoy hurting you and you could enjoy being hurt. That wouldn't... I don't know. That would still be fine as long as you said okay. And were like into it. Sriracha pants. Oof. That is definitely the prank gone wrong, vomit, sexual. I had a dream today about a zombie apocalypse and an assassin. Should I be worried? No.
Was the assassin there to get rid of the zombies, or were the zombies actually assassins?
Zombie assassins sounds like a really roundabout way to do anything.
Yeah.
That's always the really funny, like, oftentimes when a zombie thing tries to explain itself too hard, and it's like, oh yeah, well they were using the zombies to do this thing. It's like, I can think of 100 better ways to do that thing you were trying to achieve without fucking zombies. Like, just so many better things. Parthenosycosis. Yes. Those resigned sighs feed my non-existent soul. What about alcohol? What about alcohol? I mean, it's great, but what about it? And that's the next Resident Evil. I'm pretty sure that's Resident Evil. It's like, we wanted to do this thing, so we made fucking zombies. And it's like, but why? That is such a bad... There's not a lot of things that that zombies could solve that couldn't be achieved better with anything.
I'm watching the cat struggle to open the door. She's full on, like, shoving her body against it.
Is she opening it from the inside?
You know when she used to just stick a hand through the door and just wiggled it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's now trying to do it with her face.
Yeah.
Yeah. In dreams, weird things are mundane and everyday. It's more remarkable if you dream about going to the shop and buying bread. What does it mean? That your father is made from jam. And your buttocks explode to the sides of Mars. Very true. Remember, you're a zombie. Am I? Oh, a zomble. Never mind. Now I get what you're referencing, you fucking twat. Zombie Assassin sounds like a drive-in movie. It really does. It definitely sounds like a big old B movie. Could be fun, but never, ever, ever pretend that your lore is deep if your story has zombies in it. Just, or at least if zombies are an important part of it. Like, there's fantasy worlds that have zombies, but usually they're very much to the side and not like the important thing. They sort of just show up from time to time. Where I guess writers of zombie actual focus things must get so mad. It's like, there's zombies in this world. Why haven't they taken over it? Because the people in it are competent. Also magic, I guess. Put a zombie in a hamster wheel generator and free energy as long as they want to eat you. Well, I assume that there's an amount of energy before they sort of just stop functioning.
They're probably more likely to just deteriorate.
There's the deterioration, and then there's the just how much energy would they actually have?
Gotham is mostly run by zombies.
I mean, according to Shaun of the Dead, I wouldn't be surprised. Zombie Suicide sounds like a death metal band. I mean, that is a lot of the stories as well. It's like the person who spread it did it by accident, killed themselves, and spread the zombie virus and became best zombie ever.
Zombie death metal band.
I had a nightmare where I was surrounded by zombies, then I got up and went to work. And were surrounded by zombies because something about corporate. Love the background for this video. I keep trying to think of amusing ways to say how the Earth is Ringworld would be fun. I mean, I do like the Halo. I don't know if that's the same as what a Ringworld is, but I do like that conceptually. Even though as a weapon it seems awfully unnecessary. And also, why does it have land on it?
Zombie Chad is stealing your girlfriend.
Zombie Chad eats your girlfriend.
Eats your girlfriend. Steals her and then eats her.
And he eats her better than you ever could. The threat in a zombie apocalypse is always from other groups of survivors. Isn't it just? When it should be...
It's like people are bad, not the zombies.
Who was the real monster? Zombies! People are assholes, yes. Zombies are literally monsters. Every time we have zombies, it's the apocalypse, but fantasy worlds are fine. Preppers should look into fantasy more. They should learn more magic. I mean, they're already got some magical thinking going on most of the time, thinking that they're not just making a better house for someone with more guns than they have. Although, to be fair, a lot of those people have many guns. But surely, if you knew someone down the road was a prepper, you'd be like, "That's where I'm fucking staying." Everyone would think that, because that's it. You wouldn't just have to fight off one person; you'd have to fight off everyone, and it wouldn't take long. Now, what you should do if you're a real prepper is you should make like a whole underground complex, like a city, and that way you could be mayor. Zombies are just people past the expiration date. True. Wait a sec. If the Earth is flat, why aren't we building on the underside? Think of the view. Well, I think it's less about the view and more about the mechanics of it. Like, having things hold on to the bottom is a lot more difficult than building them on top of.
One thing that I find fascinating is the idea, like, it connected to the whole religious side of people who believe in flat Earth and are religious.
Yeah.
So they're, like, saying, like, they believe in hell. And they think that hell is a literal place. And I'm like, but, like, does it exist, like, under the underside of the flat Earth? Is that where it's supposed to be?
One assumes, I mean, it could be. Or it's just like a fall. A very, very long fall. They do call it the fall for some reason. Does having a case of whiskey count as prepping? I mean, to be fair, prepping by having enough alcohol to kill yourself, depending on the apocalypse, might not be the worst idea in the world. Unless you fucked it up, when you'd be very upset. Moldy people. Zombies are just moldy humans. I mean, I've met some moldy humans and they did have that sort of zombie-esque walk. The Earth can't be flat because cats would have pushed everything off. Thank you. Australia is on the bottom of the disc. That's why they call it Down Under. And what they do is they attack each other with boomerangs to knock each other's harnesses off. At least if they're being attacked. They don't do it to like their friends or family. That would be fucked up. Oh, building on the underside would irritate the turtle. What about the elephants? I think the elephants would be more upset than the turtle. They're right there. Artuan would be fine. Where's my movie about dinosaur zombies? I'd fund Jurassic Zombies. It's not the greatest name in the world. Jurassic Brrrr. Here's a better name. Jurassic Brains. Prepping for tonight. Gotta be done. I don't know what you're prepping against, but do it.
It's always good to be prepared.
Zombie Sharknadoes. I mean, but how would they fire their lasers? Because obviously any good shark has laser beams on their freaking heads. Religious people say God's green earth. We need a way to send them back to their home world. Go to the green one. We're on the blue one right now. It's blue. It's very blue. It's mostly blue. Shit, it's Monday again. I know. I think that after every weekend. It is getting to feel very... I do often be sat there, like, I'm going to be recording after I do this. And every time I'm recording, I'm like, holy fuck, am I doing this again? I'm going to need a break at some point, is what I'm saying.
We're planning.
Yeah, I'm planning. And the best part of the planning is that it involves way more fucking work. I'm going to do a shitload more work. And then hopefully that will allow me to, in the future, have some sort of break. But yeah, I haven't not worked. Even during when we had COVID, I worked like 2 days of that week as best I could. And even then, I still worked. I haven't had a week off in like 3 or 4 years at this point. I just don't take time off. Not really. No, weekends don't count. Although,
even when we go out and to spend time together, he's always like on his phone checking things.
I'm a lot better about not doing that anymore. I think I've mostly gotten over the constant checking.
You still do it though.
I still check, but I don't check constantly like I used to. I figured that hell could not be hell if you realized you were there. I mean, eventually, no matter the torture, wouldn't you just get used to it and stop caring?
Eventually, I guess. Like, unless your memory was wiped and it started over again. But that would defeat the purpose of having the punishment.
That
So,
would make hell less. I feel like it would make hell less hell-like. If hell, you could see like it going on forever, and also see the infinite past that you've already gone through. So there's not a lot of versions of hell that work in any sensible. It's almost like it's a made-up story to scare children that some adults have latched onto because they have the sort of mindset of a child. Just saying. Wants to check terrible videos for terrible people, the best kind of videos and people. Stockpiling content. I mean, it's not going anywhere. Unrelated, but yours and Mr. Six accents have always been a mystery to me as a non-native English speaker. It sounds British yet American at the same time. It's definitely not American. Neither of us are even remotely American sounding. Just to let you know.
not that I've noticed anyway.
Hell is for children, Pat Benatar. I mean, yeah. Not in its childish way, in we should send all children to hell, that'll learn them. How dare you be young? Hell was made up by the old Catholic monks to help them hide child love they were practicing. Oh, fucking hell, awesome. That's just great. I forgot the stream. Does that make me extra terrible or not terrible enough? It makes you awful, which is a different thing entirely. I can't believe you've done this. You both have great Irish accents. Thank you. Scottish too. Oh, we're running out of comments. Hurry up. Hell is the fun party. Don't want to go to so you can drink all the rum. I do like rum. But yeah. Sometimes, you know, there's a thing that they talk about, which is this innate feeling that, oh, you know God is real because of X, Y, Z feeling. Like, sometimes I worry myself that I'm wrong, but that's not because God is real. That's because I have an anxiety disorder. So I think I worry that I'm wrong about lots of things. The God one is just one of the ones. And then I sit down and think about it for 2 seconds and go, oh, wait, no. Here's all the millions of fucking arguments and evidence and all the other things that makes me think I'm probably in good standing. And even if there is a God, you couldn't possibly know which one. That's the main thing.
Lancashire, fuck off. Friggin' Lancashire.
To me, atheism is the most logical choice because choosing anything is a choice. It has to be a choice. It isn't a decision you're making based on the facts. I used to like the Iron Maiden version of Hell when I was a metal fanboy. I'm not that familiar with Iron Maiden. I do like metal, but sort of more 90s. Best pizza, free. Free pizza is always the best pizza. We had free pizza last week. I say that. We ordered pizza. They sent us 2 margaritas when we'd ordered something else. And so we got to keep the margaritas. And then they sent us what we'd actually order, which was definitely more expensive than a fucking margarita. Was not super impressed, I'll be honest.
How did you become an atheist?
How did I become an atheist? Thinking about it, I guess. Just spent time. Realized that every single thing that I'd ever hoped for from some conceptual God wasn't happening. And so I started doing things for myself without concerning myself with any God concept, and realized that I was much happier for it. Yeah. If the concept of God doesn't make you happy, then what is its value? I can understand people liking their God because it makes them happy. But if it doesn't, then don't fucking do that shit. If If it makes you more upset, more anxious, more just fucked up about anything, it's probably not a good thing for you.
Life is so fucking limited.
Yeah.
That you try your best to do what you enjoy.
Yeah. I will say, if the God concept makes you an arsehole to everyone else, that might be a different reason to give it up.
To be honest, just don't be an asshole.
Yeah. I've got no, I have been accused of hating Christians, and it's like, not even fucking close. Christians are fine. Like, good people are good people. What they believe is almost irrelevant, but people who are massive assholes, I will make fun of them, especially when they make claims about reality. I read the Deities and Demigods book from D&D and realized all those religions believed they were the true one. That's an interesting take. But that is a realization. When you realize that every religion is the one true religion, it makes you wonder. And one of my main sort of curiosities and concepts of what...
Can people stop trying to guess where my accent's from? Because they keep getting it wrong and it's irritating me.
I thought you were from... what the fucking... It's an H name.
Hull?
Hull. Yeah, I think that might be it.
No, I'm not from Hull.
But, yeah. Fuck, I forgot what I was talking about.
Who the fuck knows?
Oh, I was getting onto a good rant, and you fucking distracted me. I can't believe you've done this. You're supposed to rescue me. That's what the fan fiction said.
Apparently we love each other.
The lies upon lies. At least hell offers eternal life with all sorts of douchebags.
You were on about people who are good Christians.
No, that was not where I was. I was past that point.
Oh, okay.
So you weren't even listening. You were just getting distracted by people guessing where you were from.
I'm not good at multitasking. Oh my god.
Doncaster.
Doncaster.
Or Doncaster. From Bumblescum on Sea. Yes, that's where she's from. Thanks for reading my comments. You're welcome. If I get $5 for reading your comments, I should read them more often. I do like money. You like money and sex? No, you're tripping me out. Yeah. Up North Bird with the F. Yeah. Capital F.
That's about right.
I did just buy Revolt of Angels by Anatole France. The whole of Anatole France. Wakefield or Keighley? No. She's from Egypt. Ancient, that is. No, she's just obsessed with it. Gravy Town. There you go. Someone got it.
Go. Someone knows now.
Blackpool. It's just everyone guessing.
You're just guessing.
And it'll be the Americans.
Towns.
Americans guessing just made up names or that one that they're like Leeds. I know some Americans have heard of Leeds and Reading and London, and that's about it. And Wales as a town because they don't really understand the whole concept. She's obviously from Wales. Don't you watch Creaky?
My accent's probably kind of hard to narrow down because I moved around a lot.
Northern.
Yeah, hence
Owned.
just northern.
I think all Northerners sound the same anyway. Yeah.
Top marks for pronouncing Keithley correctly. Well, yeah, I'm northern. I know how to pronounce northern.
I think
towns.
it might have been talking to me, to be honest.
All right.
It's almost like you're not the only person here. Do you play any TTRPGs besides D&D? She does. Well, sort of. But I don't play any at all.
Besides D&D, no. Like, I played Pathfinder a little bit, but...
Exactly, you've played something.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I've been reminded of the...
Cthulhu's pretty good too.
I've reminded of the point I was going to make, which is the concept of knowing any specific religion is the correct one is just completely fucking wild to me. And how do you know that the devil hasn't tricked you into believing that your religion is the correct one? Like, they'll say, oh, those other ones were tricked by Satan. I was like, how do you know the same hasn't happened? Oh, well, I can hear God. How the fuck do you know that wasn't Satan? Satan is attractive and all that shit. Anyway, on that epic note of finally remembering things I was going to say, I'm going to fuck off because I have work to do. And you have work to do too, probably.
You're going to end it on Satan turns me on.